Welcome to 9 on the positive side, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this weekend. One Pitt Community College student is proving that it's never too late to chase your dreams. At 84 years young, Greenville's Shirley Jones is doing just that. Now on your sides, Abigail Velez shows us how.
Well, I'm 84 years old, and it's something I wanted to do.
Shirley says her first husband is the reason she quit school, but she couldn't stay away from her dream forever.
He kept my nerves all upset, so I just give it up. Then I decided I wanted to go back. After my husband passed away in March, I wanted to go back and finish my GED.
And that's what she did. Shirley enrolled in Pitt Community College, where she is thriving.
She does not let anything stop her. She drives herself here. She comes every day. She's sharp as a tack, and is determined to do what she needs to do to succeed.
I asked Shirley's favorite professor if her age was ever an obstacle.
She overcomes any limitations in that regard, again, with persistence, and she loves to take things home and work on them and tells us about what she does at home, and so she makes up for that in large degree.
PCC staff also told me she's a great classmate to her peers, and Shirley agrees with that.
Oh yeah, they miss me when I'm not there. And when I go back, they're glad to see me. Oh, it feels good. It feels great.
And if you're wondering if Shirley ever thought it was too hard for her to go back after almost 50 years, here's her response.
It really not. It's not that hard. It's just putting your whole mind in it. If you go through them tests and you rush through them, you're not going to get nothing. But if you take your time, then you can go through it.
Way to go, Shirley. And that was Abigail Velez reporting for us. Jones says she will continue her higher education journey at PCC and that she wants her GED and nothing more. A woman from Salisbury is earning local, state, and national acclaim for the way she teaches math. As John Lee tells us, struggling in school motivated her to become a teacher.
You'll solve the equation for X.
In life, there are variables we can't control.
Just be yourself, that's all.
And sometimes X represents the setbacks that serve as motivation.
See, you notice how when you went back through it and walked yourself through it, verbally, you saw your mistake?
At Knox Middle School,
right here.
Felicia Young gives students the confidence.
No, 1/2. Okay, you got this.
To multiply, divide, and conquer.
Because I love my kids. I want to be able to be that teacher that they look up to, and I just want them to understand that math is difficult, but they can still do it.
She'll do whatever it takes to connect, even TikTok.
We've done a couple dancing TikToks.
For a yellow bone, long hair star, thick in the hips, come get.
If you can't get through this education process without a good laugh, then you're gonna be stressed out.
You know what it never was? That serious. It was never that serious.
Her entertaining methods lead to results and respect. Curriculum Associates named her one of this year's extraordinary educators.
And I just want to give students an opportunity to learn math in a fun way. All right, and then tell me what you did. Walk me through it.
Her positive classroom culture and innovation led to the national honor. It's not the first time she's gotten a shout out.
Hi, Governor Cooper!
In 2021, Governor Roy Cooper recognized her in his State of the State address.
I've heard so many great things about you. I've seen your TikTok videos. You've even gotten me interested in math again.
Let's go, Governor Cooper, let's go.
All the recognition is remarkable.
Because I was a horrible math student. So in 7th grade, I actually failed 7th grade math. So math was very difficult for me.
If she could go back in time to speak to herself as a middle schooler during that low point,
I would say, Felicia, you can do it. This moment in time is not the end, it's not going to dictate your next. I need for you to push through because you're going to be a vessel for some other student.
Today, she's a beacon for students like Christina Parker.
At one point, I was struggling with math and school at some points, and she helped me she boosts up my confidence and stuff, and pulls me aside when I need help.
As she helps them solve for X,
yes,
Young has become the X factor all young people need.
There you go, good job.
In Salisbury,
she's the best teacher that I've ever really had.
John Lee, Queen City News.
Just truly inspiring. And speaking of inspiring, one artist paints with her feet. As Chad Tucker shows us, her determination to do it is because she has a lot to say.
Laura Rivera is an artist.
Almost every day she paints.
Her work is colorful because Laura has a lot to say.
So she started painting with her foot and didn't stop, you know?
About the beauty all around us.
God brought her here to inspire people.
Her voice, hands, and arms have been silenced and stilled by cerebral palsy.
She doesn't have a voice, but through painting, it makes her feel like she does.
But that hasn't slowed her down.
With her, it's determination.
Gloria Rivera says she's seen her daughter change lives by her colorful joy and motivation.
She likes to be independent.
A drive of not letting anything stand in your way.
Yeah, she loves the bright colors.
In fact, as soon as Laura gets an idea, she wants it finished quickly.
She wants to finish the painting or whatever she's doing the same day.
Her work sells out and is currently on display at the furniture market.
When somebody buys her paintings, it's something that she can accomplish by herself.
We all have dreams and talents, and Laura reminds us nothing can keep us from them.
And I think she's saying, I have a voice.
In High Point,
Do what you want to do in life.
North Carolina.
Don't give up.
I'm Chad Tucker.
She's my inspiration for many things in life.
And you can find Laura and her work on Facebook at Laura Rivera's Original Paintings. And if you're getting into gardening or wanting to get outside, maybe you'll want to take a trip to the Pitt County Arboretum. It's on Government Circle, right in the city of Greenville. Pitt County Master Gardener volunteers work hard taking care of the plants and designing the gardens over there. Not only are the gardens beautiful to look at, but they're also a teaching tool. It's all about teaching topics like landscaping, plants, and gardening concepts. They've also been preparing for something big, their biggest event of the year, their spring plant sale. That will be held on May 20th. That is next Saturday. It runs from 9 in the morning until noon, and you can visit their Facebook page for more information. It all started with a design. Ahead on the positive side, we'll show you a bike you've probably never seen before. A bike built by a local... Oh, sorry, Luke. Sorry. A bike built by a New York man is gaining buzzing attention for its unique design. Cassie Hudson shows us how he's riding in style.
This 22-year-old thrill seeker in Clifton Park is used to the attention.
I drive by all these houses, everyone's like opening their curtains, running out the front door, the kids love it.
His 8.5-foot tall bike is not just a big hit in the neighborhood, but also on social media. His videos riding the bike garnering millions of views on TikTok.
We're chilling.
Woo!
Dude. What? Yeah!
Since he was a young boy, Eric has been a fan of anything on wheels.
Safety first. I love working on cars, love working on motorcycles, all that kind of stuff. Ever since those Hot Wheels, ever since I got my hands on one of those, it's just been cars all my life.
He designed and built the tall bike as his final project at the Modern Welding School in Schenectady. The #1 question he gets asked is, how do you get on it? It always involves a running start.
Kind of like a rolling ladder with uneven rungs.
When he first started crunching the numbers to assemble his design, he ran into a snag. The cost. That's when a bike tech in Schenectady came to the rescue.
He sent me a schematic of this monster clown bike, and I didn't need much convincing. I'm in. So we took him to the scrap pile, the boneyard, and he loaded his car up, and the rest is history.
The gears are already turning for his next design. A tall tandem tricycle for him and his girlfriend, Scotland, to ride to their weekly ice cream trips to Stewart's.
Did talk about a lot of plans to create the craziest things that I even have trouble wrapping my head around. Anything he needs, he knows where to find it.
It's like, I don't know, I guess it's an attention thing maybe. I don't really know what drives it. I just have this passion to like do something different, be that guy that everyone's like, whoa, like, how does he come up with these things?
In Clifton Park, Cassie Hudson, News 10 ABC.
A 9-year-old is a competitive golfer and has already overcome incredible odds. Next, her remarkable story and her zest for life. A girl's inspiring story of golf and gratitude took her all the way to the Augusta National home of the Masters. It was a bucket list item for 9-year-old Madeline Quinn and also to meet golf star Tiger Woods. David Begnaud learns about her remarkable journey of courage and positivity.
We met Madeline Quinn on a chilly, drizzly morning in Southern California and quickly found out there is nothing that's going to dampen this girl's spirit when she's out on the golf course.
What I like about it is whenever I hit a driver, I just like feel pumped up and I'm ready, and I just really like the challenge.
Do you feel like golf is your passion?
Yes.
It's your calling?
Yes, I love it.
Madeline first picked up a club at 2. Whack! Starting with a toy, but quickly moving to the irons.
The love of the game has grown, the passion has grown, and now I get to teach the little girl I love more than anything in the world.
She has a great built-in teacher and dad and caddy all in one.
Her dad, a former PGA pro, started showing Maddie videos of Tiger Woods golfing as a child and says that's what inspired her.
This is the Girls Junior Club Championship trophy.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is, Madeline Quinn.
Whenever I have a tournament, my dad always says, "What's the goal today?" I say to have the most fun out here.
You love doing it more than anything else?
Yes.
To go along with that unstoppable smile is a heart that is something of a modern miracle. You see, Madeline was born with what's called a ventricular septal defect, a hole in her heart.
She could not gain weight. Her breathing was very, very rapid.
Madeline underwent 3 open heart surgeries as doctors tried to fix her tiny heart.
It was the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. And then it kept getting worse and worse and worse.
At 18 months old, Maddie was put on a transplant list. A complicating factor was that doctors said she needed a bigger heart to maintain function, perhaps from a 5-year-old. Well, 4 months later, they got the call. A perfect match had been found. The surgery was a success. And for the first time, little Maddie had rosy cheeks and even an appetite. All right, so this heart's doing well for you.
Yeah, and I just had my 8th heart birthday.
Oh, you have heart birthdays?
Yeah.
I love that.
I've been living my best life. I'm so happy and thankful.
Madeline wanted me to feel the joy she says she gets from golfing, and she told me I needed the proper attire, so I asked if she could help me out.
You look amazing, baby.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah.
With a 9-year-old driving, on we went. I don't even know where it went. So much for this guy's golf dreams. Look at the look on her face. But Dad wants Maddie to continue to live hers.
Drive for show?
Fredo.
She wanted to see Tiger play in person. So Dad bought the tickets and Maddie made a bucket list poster. Heart transplant, check. Meet Tiger Woods and play at Augusta. Every golfer's dream. Well, as luck would have it, Tiger's caddy spotted Maddie's sign and he whispered something to Woods.
And Tiger looked, he read it and took out a Sharpie, signed his glove, and then came toward me with a pen, and he checked the box and gave me the glove. Tiger!
Oh my goodness.
I'm usually really polite, but he handed me the glove, and my dad said, "Say thank you," and I'm like, "Thank you?"
When he signs it and walks away, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, wow, that really just happened. I really just met the best golfer in the world.
Oh, these are golf medals.
Yeah, these are my tournament medals that I won.
And her prized possession.
That's his signature.
Wow, girl. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna frame it.
And about that final item on her bucket list, someone close to Augusta spotted her story on social media and invited her to the Masters.
It was just so special that I got to go there. It was just so green, beautiful. I wanted to go back on the airplane and get my clubs and then fly back and play all 18 holes.
While play was suspended at times due to rain, Madeline says she didn't mind getting wet because she was focused on the golf.
I was just like picturing me like swinging like them, and I'm like, I could be as good as them or even better one day.
Pushing through adversity from the very beginning is what seems to have given young Madeline a sensitivity that transcends her age.
I tell my story to make people feel happy and not so stressed out.
So you're happy to share it?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And in first place with Madeline Quinn.
Her parents say they will never forget the kindness of strangers, especially that family who gave their young daughter her heart.
There is hope. There is some good that can come from everything.
Think of being a parent and saying, we want to give someone else life. And Maddie got to live.
A lot of gratitude.
So grateful. It's beyond words.
David Begno, CBS News.
Up next, hear the story of a daughter's sacrifice to save her father. Sometimes life's greatest gifts can come from where we least expect them to. Here's CBS's Steve Hartman on the road.
Time to go for a walk.
When John Ivanowski's kidneys started failing and he needed a transplant, the most likely donor match was his daughter, Delaney. But John would have no part of her.
And I was like, well, why can't he just have my kidney? Like, just take it now.
I said, no way.
Why so adamant that she not help?
She's the only thing I got.
15 years earlier, John's only other child, Dawson, died of cancer. So the thought of Delaney going through this surgery, no matter how small the risk, was more than he could bear.
After losing Dawson, I don't know what I would do.
Fortunately, a donor stepped forward.
Yep, an anonymous donor.
An anonymous living donor who also just so happened to be living in his basement. Unbeknownst to John, Delaney had spent the last year working with the transplant center here at Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis, getting tested, going through protocols, and all the while completely deceiving her father. Until this very moment.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
John says he sat there for quite a while, not knowing what to feel.
I started crying. Hard to process everything, you know. It's
because
like,
anger and gratitude have never been intertwined like they were at that moment.
I'm like, should I kill you now or kill you later?
As time has passed, has gratitude overtaken the anger?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Most parents would give anything for their children. And when those tables turn, it's not really a parent's place to protest, because the kids are just following the example you set.
I would do it over and over and over again if it meant to, like, save his life and have him here with me.
How do you say thank you?
Just take care of this gift.
The gift from her and the gift that is her. Steve Hartman on the road in St. Louis.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, for 9 on the Positive Side this weekend.